Okay, so there actually is a Reddit page which is super popular called Am I the Asshole? I've never heard of this. Have you?
No.
But very interesting. So the next couple of questions are from that Am I the Asshole thread? Oh, these are
okay.
super viral. Okay.
So my son had a long distance girlfriend recently for about 2 years. She was great, a really nice girl, and we all loved her and welcomed her with open arms. She was flying here constantly to visit him, and he didn't lift a finger to go visit her. I tried talking to him about it several times and told him he should really start looking into flying over to her instead of expecting her to do all the traveling. He said no. And my wife probably had something to do with it, as she constantly told him she was afraid of him flying. I spoke to them both and said this girl is great for him. She was willing to move over to our country too, but said there was one condition, and that was he'd have to fly over to her country too, which is fair enough. He said no. He didn't want to fly or travel anywhere. My son was becoming lazier and lazier, eventually telling his girlfriend and us that he was perfectly fine never traveling anywhere, including holidays. Last week, he told us she dumped him. I went on her Facebook page, as we're all still friends. She wrote us an apology letter about how she's upset it didn't work out, but these things happen, so we're on good terms. And looks like she's with a new guy already. Me and my wife have no doubt she was seeing him while still in a relationship with my son. I confessed to them both that I actually agree with her decision, and he should have expected it. He did not treat her properly, and I hope he learns lessons for the next one because he needs to make more of an effort. I said he deserves it for his lack of effort in the relationship and for essentially just allowing this girl to spend all her money and time coming here all the time. Wife and son are very upset that I said this, very, very upset, and my wife says I am being horrible. I stand by what I said. Am I the
I
a-hole?
like this father.
Yeah.
I like
I
dad.
feel like you are a very level-headed person, Mr. Father.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like it was
Anyways.
very fair of him to
Yeah.
say what he
Right.
said.
It's good because usually I feel like in this situation, the parents would always take their children's side.
Mhm.
But then he was being very level headed
Mhm.
and he was seeing it from both sides. And he did approach his son asking him to visit his girlfriend,
Yeah.
but he still didn't. So I don't think you did anything wrong here.
Stand by what you said, Mr.
Yeah.
Father.
I mean, if he was genuinely afraid of flying, if he had a phobia of
Right.
flying, I would understand. But he was just lazy, right? Which is not acceptable.
Yeah, it says my son was becoming lazier and lazier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My
But-
parents never liked my exes, but they still made an effort to eat with us and be kind to us.
Mm.
But they were never happy
Mm.
with who I was dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents don't know who I dated. I like to keep it
On the low.
yeah, until it's like super official. I don't want them to like get to know somebody that might not become the person that I'll stay with, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So yeah, they don't know.
My dad never really cared.
Mm-hmm.
My mom hated me and my brothers, all of us.
All of them?
Yeah. All of them.
I
She was not ready to let that happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if that was what the reason was or what the reason was in general, but maybe she just didn't see, you know what I mean? Because it's like mama's boy is like, you know, you need the best of the best type thing. I'm sure that's what it was. I think it's pretty similar for daddy's girl too.
Korea, until you have the 상견례, a lot of people, until you have 상견례, which is meeting parents meeting each other for the first time
Yeah.
officially to say, you know, we're getting married and we're introducing each other as family. I know a lot of people who don't introduce their significant others to their parents. It's like a separate thing. They're very private with that kind of stuff.
I agree.
Whereas even Koreans in Western society, like in New York or whatever, in America, I would see my friends' family going on trips together with the significant other, you know, inviting them over to the house.
Yeah, I see
it was
that.
more of like a casual thing.
Yeah.
But I'd never see that happening in Korea.
Sometimes.
I mean, there might be, open-minded parents, but
Usually when it's really, really serious. But if not, not too common.
But I feel like while I am dating that person, before I make the decision to like, you know, marry this person, I feel like I would want to introduce him to my parents because I feel like they have a better sense of judgment. They're better at discerning people.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would take into consideration what my parents said to a certain extent. It's not going to be like, I'm going to break up with them if they're like break up, but I would like to hear what they think about my potential spouse, you know?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, because my mom hated all my girlfriends. So I'm just thinking like, all right, is this for life or is this like, do I just have a bad eye for? I personally think I have an okay eye for girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my dad is usually the type to be like, man, make choice, man, take responsibility. You know what I mean? My mom's like, that. I've taken responsibility for everything you've done. So that makes sense.
That's so weird because my mom always likes all of my brother's girlfriends.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's probably like, oh, she's so nice. Like, how did, you know? I don't know.
How did you end up with him?
But like all my brother's girlfriends were very good to my parents.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they would always bring food and like buy gifts. So I think that's why my parents really appreciated them.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've never met a significant other's parents.
I have.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
don't take it too seriously.
I think I've met every single one of my ex's parents and got pretty close and intimate. So it's harder when you break up because you're like, damn. Like,
oh man, let me think. I was close to a couple of them. The first, I think it was like the first or second time I ever met my girlfriend's parents. Well, actually, she wasn't even my girlfriend. She was just a girl that I was trying to take out on our first date. I went to her house. Her parents said, "Bring him." Yeah,
bring him.
I was like, "You told your parents that we're going on a first date?" She was like, "Yeah, I told them everything." I was like, "Respect, okay." So I went, and Mr. Was there, and he was like, "So you're Matthew, huh?" I was like, "Yes, sir." It's like, "Have her home by 10.
It's like those movies.
9:50. You got it. You got it, sir. Everything. What did you want? You want to bring it back to something? You know what I mean? I was like, dang, okay. Like the father was very, very, he was protective, as he should be. As he should be.
Hey, did you like this video? If so, click the subscribe button.
And make sure to turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video.
And listen to the entire audio episode on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Bye!